You know, you're riding on a Hercules beetle or something like that.
That's right. Oh, are you talking about the Yoshi moment?
Yeah, does he die?
Yes.
That's again. This game is supposed to be nice. You're supposed to. Why is everyone dying? Why are we ripping things apart?
Hello and welcome back to a brand new episode of everyone's favorite podcast, the Critical Arcade Podcast. I'm your co-host Nick.
And I'm Dave.
Hello, Dave.
Hello, Nick. Are you well?
Yes. I'm very well, in fact. I'm very well because I can feel my wife beside me.
Yeah, I can feel you've got that terror in your voice. There's that cold, like I can't do anything wrong or she's going to kill me type terror. I can hear it.
Yeah, it's not terror. No, it's definitely not terror. It's not terror. It's
While
not.
She's slowly stabbing you in the leg with a fork. But yes, it's not terror, I'm sure.
Yeah, no, I've got my wife here with me today. And Dave, how about you?
I do have my wife here also with me, and that's why I'm also scared. So we're in this together.
David, if you're in danger, blink twice.
Yeah, I'll use the safety word. Don't worry, Nick.
No, I'm kidding. We've got our lovely wives with us here today because this week, in fact, we reviewed the marriage game, right?
Yeah. We put our marriages to the test fundamentally.
To the test. We played what was it? The 2021 game of the year. It Takes Two. Yes. The indie darling, not indie game. No.
No, it's not an indie game.
No, it's not an indie game.
It was a new developer fundamentally, but it's not an indie game.
It's not an indie studios. This was made by Hazelight Studios.
That's the one.
From EA.
Yeah, correct.
Of all people.
Yeah, I know, it's horrible, isn't it? But by all accounts, this is their only second game they've made. The only other game they made was A Way Out. Did you ever hear that? The other
yes,
co-op
I
game?
played A Way Out. I've got the platinum.
Oh, wow. Ooh.
Ooh. Yeah, I've got the platinum for A Way Out and It Takes Two because I really enjoy co-op games.
Yeah, co-op games are a lot of fun. They're kind of like throwbacks to the old days when you used to play Mario and stuff.
100%.
Everybody's got to love.
Yeah, It Takes Two from 2021, so this game is about 2 years old. It still feels brand new. Well, essentially.
Yeah, I can't believe how... Yeah, no, exactly. I can't believe how old games are supposed... And then I think, whoa, am I getting old? Is the world getting faster? Like, so
yes.
How is this 3 years old now?
Right, it's still... But anyway, let us introduce our wives.
Yeah, I was about to say,
first.
we might well introduce them.
Are you going to introduce me?
Like a drum roll or something.
Ladies and gents, with me I've got my wife, Trudy.
Hello, everyone listening today. My name is Trudy. I'm Nicole's wife, and I'm excited to be here.
So you do exist. Oh,
yes.
The rumors are true. He is married.
Yes.
And in the red corner, I have weighing... I'm not going to say that much.
No.
Sorry.
Whoa.
Let's be a bit safer there and say, yes, my wife is here too. Ionette, would you like to say hi?
Hi everyone, I am Ionette and I am Dave's wife.
I'm real.
I am also very real.
You're not here under duress or anything like that, right?
Trudy's my cousin and I'm very excited to be here. I've been nagging since they've started really.
Yeah.
So yes, this
very
is sort
cool.
of like a dream come true here.
A dream come true. Aww.
Oh, wow.
And sweet.
Make a wish.
How
Foundation.
nice.
But you are a very dedicated listener, Ionette. So
That's
Yes,
very
I
true.
am.
That's
you
true.
should be on...
One of the four.
I would say she is the
I
dedicated
thank you
listener.
for this high
That's it.
honor.
But yes.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Now that we've introduced the full cast, let's jump right in.
Let's do it. Let's go straight into narrative and all the fun things that are associated with. Okay, what did you think first off?
Me.
Oh, you as a couple, the team. What did the?
Oh right, yeah, it's the two of us now.
Yeah.
This is a very, very interesting game. There's no other game quite like it. Right? One that forces you to play cooperatively.
Yes, force is
Right?
in quite a strong word. Yeah, exactly. You can't complete it without the second person. It's impossible to do. You can't carry the other person through the game.
No.
Like I'll do all
And
the puzzles whilst you stand in the corner.
You can't play one player?
No.
Not at all.
No,
That's
because
so cool.
because the marriage is a two-way road.
That's right. Cooperation.
No, please. Nightmares,
Collaboration.
flashbacks.
That's it's one of those stories which is it goes back to the like Honey I Shrunk the Kids and all the other fun where everybody gets shrunk down type stories. It's very wholesome, very almost fairy tale like. The power of sad kids' wishes and stuff like that to start off the fray was like, aw. It was like, did you ever watch the movie Ted? And now I say this knowing that was a stupid question because you've not watched anything.
But the
Trudy,
answer
you
might
ever watched-
surprise you, though. The answer might
Have you watched
surprise
Ted?
you. No.
Okay, so it didn't really surprise that much.
You got me again with the same joke each time.
Yeah.
But the Ted also starts off. There's nothing more powerful than
little boy's wish.
the magic of a child's wishes.
Yes.
And then it says, except for
Apache.
an Apache helicopter. Those things are fucking killing machines.
They definitely
But anyway,
are.
I digress. Okay,
This-
narratively, go on. Give us a
Yes,
give us a
narratively.
brief
I think
rundown
that
of the
this
narrative.
game,
Yeah.
it's definitely going for a unique narrative.
Mm.
Right? The whole thing is just about a couple reconnecting after they've decided to have a divorce. What other game decides to have a narrative like that? Hardly any other game.
Yeah, it's
this
a very
good.
grown-up narrative.
Right?
Yeah, it's a very grown-up.
It's just about reconnecting a marriage. What other game? I'm sure there are a ton of movies. I'm sure.
Yes, there are out there.
But
don't worry.
games?
When
No.
Nicole told me about this game, I really thought he was joking.
Yeah, it is a weird premise. No, it is. It's one of those things where both successfully does it. Did you, like I said, this game was all about marriage falling apart, and you play
Yes.
this game, and you're supposed to learn cooperation again and work
Yes.
together and teamwork and all that. Did that work? Did you feel more together after playing this game?
We never finished this game.
But I definitely enjoyed playing it.
we go.
I'm not a very big game player.
Nor you and
It
Ed.
takes a lot of bribing to get me to play anything with Nicole, but I enjoyed playing this, and I didn't mind making time to play
Yeah.
with him.
It's quite kind of exciting, isn't it? Even as grown-ups, there's that level of like, let's go play a game together, which bring me back forward to being a child with my brother, because
Yes.
there's something about co-ops that is magical when you've got to these puzzles or boss fight which you've got to do together. But this game had us going, this is fun, this is cutesy, to absolutely being terrified. Did you get
100%.
terrified? Yeah,
Yes,
right?
Yes, we did. Yes, we got terrified.
That's the weirdest thing about the narrative. I'm expecting, okay, we're trying to fix a relationship and we're turning together. But the narrative here, I was like, you played the game up to, you fought the vacuum cleaner, right?
Yes, we did.
Right? And that was fun. The ending of the fight
Until
with
it
the vacuum
ended.
cleaner
That's right.
was mad.
Goodness.
I was like, what?
Exactly. That's my reaction as well. Judy's too.
My poor vacuum cleaner.
Yeah. I was like, this
The
was
poor
so
vacuum
like,
cleaner.
he had a point. He was locked in the cupboard alone
Yes,
and left to
yes.
rust.
Yes.
And, ladies and gentlemen, spoilers a little bit here, you basically defeat him by making him suck his own eyeballs out his head.
Out. Clean
I
out.
was like, what?
No, not just a tiny little bit. Clean out.
I know, I was like, come on, people, what are we playing here? Are we supposed to build our relationship, or are we supposed to be scared to go outside?
Yeah.
Or
Judy,
touch a vacuum cleaner?
we played that part. How did that make you feel when you saw it the first time? Because I didn't say anything.
I felt sorry for the poor guy.
Right?
But I did like the little bit of like aggression there.
Ooh.
He
Ooh.
didn't want to be
Defeating
left
the vacuum
alone.
cleaner.
Oh yeah.
It was what the stereotypical, because everybody hates their vacuum cleaner. You enjoyed being able to beat one up for this time round.
Yeah.
Yes, because I hate cleaning.
Yeah, well, yeah, the same here.
I would be the one storing it in the cupboard for years.
If you
Yeah,
hate
exactly.
cleaning, destroying your vacuum cleaner would then be counterintuitive.
Yeah.
That's true, that's very true.
I just want to add one thing. For someone
go on.
with a very like small imagination, like I was just surprised around every corner with like the animals talking and the squirrels that had this whole...
The squirrels.
Was it the squirrels?
Yeah.
Yeah, that had this whole like life going in the tree.
That's very true.
That blew my mind.
A massive war going on there, and we
Yes,
have no
that
idea
fucker.
going.
We literally just wrote down here our notes as squirrels are dicks. Literally, that's literally our note.
Because it's true.
They really are. This is like, whoa, the squirrels
I
really
was-
are dicks.
I
But
was
here
willing
they
to
are
fight for
living
the
their
squirrels.
lives
Mm-hmm.
and not knowing that the squirrels has this whole operation running in their tree.
They did it on purpose. The game developers did it on purpose. Squirrels with these machine guns that just
I know, right?
lay into you with rocket launchers. It's a massive juxtaposition to what you would think a squirrel would be like.
Yeah, well, yes, it's very much so.
Yeah.
I must admit, I never saw
I
squirrels to be warfare type
I
animals.
expected nuts and stuff, not underwear and household items.
No. But there was like, look, you know me. I've got to be fussy and I got to be picky about this.
Yes.
Right. There was two things. She's an architect or something, right? She's
Engineer.
an engineer, was it?
She's an engineer.
Yeah. Okay. And they live in a massive house.
Yes.
And they have a nice car, and it looks like a nice plot of land.
Yes.
And the best toys their daughter have is a wooden doll and a clay fat guy. I'm like, where's your Barbie or your Batman? That would have been so much
I don't
more
think
useful.
it's that.
What do you think?
I think it's the point that her parents are fighting so much that she wanted to make toys that she can sort of control how they talk to each other, maybe?
Did she make those toys?
Yes.
You think
Yes,
she
it's
made
out
those
of
toys?
clay.
She made those toys.
Plain wood.
Yeah,
But-
about to say, which also, by the way, later on in the game, do not conduct electricity. That bugged me.
It does
that
not,
bugged
you're
me
right.
so much. They're both materials that... And Cody, right? I think it's
Yeah,
Cody.
yeah.
Yes,
He-
May and Cody.
He has a safety pin on his back. Like, they're doing scenes where they want to conduct electricity, and he's literally got something he could use on his back. But no, let's grab it with my hands. Sorry, I'm just being fussy now. These things just wind me
Yes.
up sometimes.
Don't nitpick.
So,
I wanted to make a point about what you said earlier, that Rose doesn't have any toys.
Mhm.
Later in the game, when you get into a room and after you fight Moon Baboon.
Yeah, I remember Moon
Yeah.
Baboon. Yeah,
Yes, did you defeat Moon Baboon?
we did
Yes, we
defeat Moon
did.
Baboon. Yeah,
After that, there's an entire level made from her toys.
that's right. Yes. We were there.
She's got a ton of toys.
so
No, she's got a lot of toys to keep her busy.
Yeah.
those levels after that were actually really quite complicated. For
True.
After Moon
and you-
Baboon, yeah.
okay, there was two other things that we wrote here that
Yeah.
you and Ed got really angry at this part, right? You know, there's the part where they find their daughter. I forget the daughter's name. What's the daughter's name?
Rose.
Rose. And they're like they're on a piece of paper that she's drawing on, right? And
Yeah.
then they kick the eraser or the
Yeah,
rubber,
May kicked the eraser.
and then they notice, oh look, we can manipulate things. Can you remember that scene?
Yes.
Right? And so
Okay.
Ewan and I both watching the screen, going, they're going to grab the pencil.
And they're going to
They
write
must
her a
grab the
cute little
pencil
message.
and write a message because they can now move things. That would be the
Yeah.
most perfect idea to do right at
The
that
most
moment.
logical.
Right? These are smart, intelligent people. Grab the pencil. No.
Mm-mm.
That can't be the logical choice.
Let's destroy her toy.
Let's
That's the
kill
idea.
her favourite toy to make her cry.
Let's
Oh.
dismember.
What's wrong with these people?
Oh my word.
What is
They're not-
wrong with them?
No, you're right. They're supposed to be smart. They're definitely not smart because that wouldn't be fun. Right?
Why
If
do
you
they
just-
hate their child?
If they just wrote down a message, what game would there be?
I'll give you that. That'd be a very quick, simple ending.
Right?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
did they have to hurt that elephant so much?
Have you seen the scene with the elephant?
Yes, I've seen the scene.
What
Trudy
is
has
going
not seen
on?
the scene. We did not get there. I did not get there with Trudy. She hasn't seen the scene. Basically,
You have
She-
have children, we understand.
Yeah, you don't want to see that scene. That's a
It's-
scarring scene.
yeah, it definitely is. Basically, they get her favorite toy and they tear it to pieces.
It's mental. Whilst
Why
it's
would they do
crying
that?
for mercy.
That's rude.
To get it to cry.
Oh, so they can turn back.
Yeah,
Is
but
it
the
with the
elephant's
tears?
going,
Yes, with the
please
tears.
stop.
But that's
Stop
not
what
going
you're
to work
doing.
because they're not working together.
Judy's smarter than the engineer and Cody. She knows it instantly.
It's mental. There's
really
one
is.
point they're pulling
So
the elephant by its legs,
I
Yeah.
had to leave the
and it snags on like a nail, and it tears off its ear, and the
Yeah.
elephant is just crying
Yes.
for mercy. I'm like, whoa, this is Doom level of like severe.
But
I thought, oh, jeez,
sorry,
yeah,
I
go
just
on.
want to confirm the
Go on.
only way for them to turn back into humans is if they work together, right?
Yes,
If they become
yeah.
a team.
Yeah.
There we go. Dr. Hakim said it, mate.
That's right. We haven't come to Dr. Hakim yet. have
Oh,
we?
Dr. Hakim, he's part of narrative.
I'm about to say, what were your views on Dr. Hakim?
he's not just telling them how to get back together.
No,
He
true.
is forcing them to learn the lessons. Through
Forcing
the game,
is
through
very
the
much
levels,
the
right?
word, yeah, that's right.
Right.
like
Hard
making
work.
certain things disappear
Yeah.
to force them. That type of thing.
But it's one of those things, and I remember when we were speaking to this game with you two guys, and I was like, no, Hakim's cool. We liked Hakim.
Yeah, and just at the beginning, I
Until
actually
later
liked
on.
Mr.
Later on, as the
Hakim.
game, like you said, as the game plays out,
Oh,
Hakim just gets more annoying.
I hate Hakim. He's
You-
so
Not just-
freaking
Oh,
irritating.
no.
From the very beginning, I couldn't stand the guy.
It was one of those bits where, okay, like I said, he always gave you the new powers, so it
Yes.
was understandable that okay,
Yes.
we have to go through this bit. But he was weirdly annoying after a while because
He is very annoying.
I liked him. He was trying to
Me
fix
too.
the marriage. You know, he was trying hard. And
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but Cody and May, I literally wrote down this. May is a bitch
yes.
because I'm trying not to be funny. I don't know. May was driving me mental. I was halfway through this game thinking this marriage isn't going to work.
She is the
Yeah.
wife, and that's supposed to.
Oh, she's-
That's what we're
Cody's-
supposed to do when we marry you.
Cody's a bit of an idiot, and for some reason, this is one thing I didn't understand. Why does he have to interact everything with his crotch?
What?
Every time, there's these little things, like you can switch on the torch and stuff like that. Right? May goes up and pushes it. Cody does this big, like, jumping crotch jump to put the buttons on.
What did you do? What? His ground pound.
No, not the like the puzzle dynamic ones. There was ones where you could just play with a torch and switch the light on and off, or you could
Okay.
you could push something over and things like that. Little activities you could do outside the main storyline of the game.
Yes.
If you did it with Cody, he always used to thrust it to
Not
put it on,
always.
or thrust it
It's
to
just-
switch it
It's
off.
just that one torch.
No, there's other things about it as well.
Okay, well, I
You-
only
seriously?
saw you playing with the
He-
one torch.
He front bumps everything instead of just pushing it. Did you not notice that? I thought it was
No.
really weird. I'm about to say
He's
it's
got
really,
massive hands and arms, but no, he has to use his belly.
Yeah, he was like most like chauvinistic aspects. Of, no, I can do this with like yeah. But anyway, I
Wow,
noticed that.
no.
It's just-
I
that was
didn't
very
notice
weird.
that.
I
Yeah,
did
you
not
should see
pick
it.
that up.
Yeah, that's very strange.
It's just.
But
you.
I did pick up that May, like, she has a comment for everything.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
right,
A
right.
snarky,
All the
sarcastic
time.
remark.
She loves
Yeah.
bringing Cody down. I don't like that.
But that does
It's
change later on.
It
as
does, very much.
continues. Yeah.
And it does. A lot of fixing happens in the last bit of the game. In the
Yeah,
last
that's
bit.
exactly right.
Finish this game.
We should really finish this game.
Yeah.
Our marriage is in shambles.
Yeah, about to say.
Oh no!
You're falling apart. You don't know how they fix
You
it
haven't finished
fundamentally.
the game, so that's why.
Yeah. You don't
Look.
even know how they fix their marriage.
Closer to the end, did you two ever finish the game?
Not
No,
yet,
we
I
didn't
must
get
admit.
that.
Okay.
far.
Okay, I finished the game earlier, I think last year, I can't remember. So Trudy hasn't finished the game either. I
Oh, that-
can say that in the last bit of this game, their marriage does get quote unquote fixed,
Yes, yeah, I can imagine.
but
Right.
then there's another problem.
Oh no!
Oh no, what?
Almost like a
That's-
fake,
this-
almost like the marriage being quote unquote fixed is a fake out ending.
Oh really?
Oh no!
Yes.
That's cool.
It is. No, I like
No,
that
it
quite
makes
a
me
lot.
sad.
But it's one of those. I think you want to qualify a little bit. You've just denoted that you're married and you played Take Two with another person. Nick, who's this other person?
What? No.
Like
It's no one.
You got
I
someone
played
on
it
the
with
side, you're
myself,
playing
one
take
player.
two.
I played it single player.
He grew an extra set of arms.
Yeah, you got, I just picture
Yes,
you there.
that's
You
it. I grew an extra set of arms.
got 2 controllers and one in each hand going, yeah, I'm so pro right now.
I'm May and Cody.
Yeah.
If
I'm learning to love myself and cooperate with myself. Yeah.
that's the entire lesson in Scott Pilgrim versus the World.
Yeah, exactly right. That's exactly it.
No, the ending, I'm not going to give it away, although I'm going to try and hint at it, is May and Cody, the real May and Cody, are asleep, right?
Yeah.
And throughout the game, through the cutscenes, Rose comes and talks to them.
That's right.
And you can see near the end that she's getting dressed. She put on her jacket, and then she put on other shoes, and then
She runs away.
and then she gets a backpack.
No.
Oh, really?
She runs away.
No, don't say it. You're not supposed to spoil.
No.
But yes, they wake up and their marriage is quote unquote fixed, and then Rose is gone.
Oh, okay. I don't blame Rose, to be honest with you.
Right?
Is that how
because-
the game ends?
No,
Okay,
it's
I
not.
just want to make sure it doesn't end there.
That would be a
That
depressing
should
ending,
be-
really.
That's the final test.
Yeah.
Exactly, that's the real ending.
Okay. Wow. I would love to finish this game.
Yeah, now you need to know, right?
Yes, I need to know.
Right?
Do they find her?
They must do. With the power of cooperation, teamwork, and love.
Yeah.
Yes, with the power of remembering what things used to be like before they had a child.
Ah, yes, of course. Because life is always
What's
better
that?
before they had a child, right? That's right.
Life before kids. What's
There
that?
was life before children?
Yes. What?
Ladies and gents, Trudy and I, we have got 2 boys, and
Beautiful boys.
David and you and Ed, they don't.
Yeah, we're like the foil of each other. But yeah,
But
shame
that's
to-
Should we
something-
remind them what life is like without kids?
yeah, we that's right. We just rub it in. We go there saying, "Oh, we got so much money, and so much time, and everything's so clean." And whoa,
Oh, we could just go for a movie when we felt like
yeah, we
it.
just go out. You know,
We left the house within 5 minutes.
Same time next week.
yeah, exactly.
But that's one thing I picked up from this narrative. A lot of people are going to think that all Dr. Hakim is doing is reminding them of what their lives were like before they had Rose.
Yeah.
And that the problem of this marriage is then Rose, which isn't the case, but that's what a lot of people are going to take away from this.
Mm-hmm.
That having a child is going to make you busy, forget about your hobbies, and you forget about what things were like when it was just the 2 of you, which isn't the case, but unfortunately is what a lot of people are going to walk away with.
That's interesting.
No,
That's
I
an
don't
unfortunate,
like that.
an unfortunate narrative segue, so to speak.
Right? And I'm very sure it wasn't intended by the studio, but I can see a lot of people.
There's undertones of that
Exactly.
that's
There's-
the answer, right?
There's a level later in the game where you go to the North Pole or whatever, right? And then all of a sudden they get to a cabin that they used to holiday in.
Mm-hmm.
And in this cabin, it's actually quite nice and cozy. They have some cocoa. They put on their winter clothes, and they have a genuinely nice moment. And then they say, "Oh, this is what holidays used to be like before Rose."
Yeah.
And then they just continue on without exploring that.
Mm.
And I think that's where most people are going to think, "Oh, okay, so
They're putting
Dr.
too much onus on life
yeah.
was great before kids, right?
something like that." Unfortunately, I don't think that was the game maker's intention.
Yeah, that's a strange one. I can tell you, life isn't truly amazing without kids. It's quieter. I'd say that's probably the biggest thing about not having kids.
Yeah.
It's quiet, which is a good or bad thing, and of course financial aspects to it. But that's sad that that's a weird offsuit narrative that there's an undertoning aspect that kids made their marriage harder, which I guess is slightly true. But
it is the
it's
reality
all the
of
fun
things.
things
Kids
you
do
get
make
from
marriage
having
harder.
kids. Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
if you don't
Yeah,
work
it
on your marriage
tests you.
daily, it
Mhm.
will fall apart.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, but that you can say that with any marriage.
Truly.
Marriage is work. Relationships are work, and if you're not willing to put in the work, then it's not going to last. But
And
you
that's
can't
that's
really-
one of Dr. Hakim's lessons.
I was about to say, when Unit was talking now, all I heard was Dr. Hakim.
yeah,
You must love, you must work
I can't do
together.
the accent. I can't do that
That's right.
accent. But
it's true.
You can't say that kids are the only, or I don't know. Maybe it's just
No,
because
definitely
I
not.
know a lot of people with kids. You can't. I just feel offended of people walking away with that idea that
Yeah, it seems a
kids
bit wrong.
ruin
Same.
relationships.
You got anything else for narrative? Or should we jump straight into visuals?
So
I don't
can
have
just-
anything, Trudy.
No.
Unit?
I just want to mention something that kind of annoyed me with the whole Cody and May being asleep and then Rose going to talk to each of them, thinking that they're ignoring her.
It seemed a bit like
It's
that's
like-
too normal,
They're,
right?
they're asleep, sweetie. It's okay. They're not ignoring you. But then a realization that I had this morning when we were going through our notes is how bad are her parents at, like,
That she
being
didn't go and
her
try and
parents,
wake
that
them
she
up.
didn't try immediately assume that they're asleep or go to look that she's assuming that they're ignoring her.
No, shame. Yeah. I
That
didn't-
seems
Her
to
mother
argue
is
that she's
facing
used to that,
her,
yeah.
and she's asleep,
I-
but she assumes that her mother is
That's right.
ignoring her.
I would argue
Yeah.
it's obvious for May's case. She's laying down on the couch.
Yeah, that's
Rose
right.
can see her face. Cody, though, he's sitting upright
In a
at
chair,
a
right?
desk
Yeah.
with
Yeah.
his back to the door.
Yeah, that's right. That's a bit moody and like, don't come
But
near me type feeling.
If I were in Rose's shoes, I would also think he'd be ignoring me. Not May. She's
Yeah,
quite
but
obviously
that's-
sleeping. But Cody definitely
that's
seems
true.
to be
That's the
ignoring
thing.
me.
I would, yeah, like you said now, Cody's sitting upright. I just
Yes.
remembered that. But fine, so she could assume that he's ignoring her, but she's looking at May sleeping.
Yes.
Yeah.
Why
yes.
is she saying, "I'm sorry, I won't bother you"? It's
Yeah,
like,
I know, it's funny.
she's asleep.
Yeah, she even said, "Oh, have you got one of your headaches again?"
yeah, exactly. She's obviously heard that.
Excuse a couple of times.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Use that excuse a bit. Okay, should we jump into
Okay.
visuals then?
Let's do it. This game is super stylized.
Yeah, it is
Yes.
very cool.
It's
Very,
beautiful.
very pretty. Very, yeah, again, it's very nostalgia, like fairy tale type aspects to it. Like I know in England we had something called The Borrowers, which I know you don't think you had out here. There's a whole TV series about very small people who used to live in a house and borrow elastic bands and matches and stuff like that to survive. And this has got very much those vibes, which is more of a British thing than anything else. And like Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, you must have heard of those movies, if not watched.
Yes.
Have you
I've
watched those?
heard of them. No.
watched
What
Honey?
kind of a question?
Oh no!
I just
keep
thought-
asking me, have I watched these movies?
I thought this would be because it's a childish movie. You might have watched it as a child, like when you had actual time to watch movies.
No.
Okay, well,
What did you watch?
I watched...
I love you, man, like 350 times.
Correct.
yeah, exactly.
Correct, because Paul wrote his
Ultimate
life.
bromance movie.
Yeah, okay, he's cool.
And no, my parents used to watch a lot of movies and I'd go play with my Lego.
Oh,
Yeah.
you're such a need.
We watched
Right?
movies in varsity a lot, like Sunday night movie on Mnet. That we
Yeah, that's right.
always
That's right.
watched.
Yeah.
I can't even remember what
And
some
I
of those
remember
movies
us
were.
watching Forrest Gump.
Forrest Gump we
Oh,
watched
we
a lot of
loved
times.
that.
Great movie.
Oh.
Good. I'm glad.
Of
But
course.
since we had babies,
Oh, are you going to say it? Don't say it.
we don't really have time.
Oh, strangely enough, Unit and I don't have that problem. I don't know what that is, but we just don't have that problem with time
And I
management.
think when we have time, we try and invest it in our future. Like I'm trying to start my own business, and
Yeah.
Nicole's trying to start.
Yeah, I've got this cool little podcast I want to tell you guys
yeah,
about.
that's right.
This
You see-
So I
It's got a Patreon that people can sign up to.
Yes,
With
please
some
do.
additional benefits like Critical Cinema, an additional show, and bonus episodes.
behind the scenes.
Yeah,
Well,
so I
yeah.
think
You go on.
we'll rather spend our time on stuff like that than watching a movie. Because
Well-
it does take an hour and a half of our time, and
Oh no doubt.
could have done so much more.
Movies are even only getting longer and longer. But yes, you're right, and bravo to you for using your time wisely. Whilst I just whittle it away watching somebody being punched in the face.
This is an excellent point for visuals, by the way.
That's very
We were
true.
talking
This
about
is
the
perfect for
borrowers.
visuals. You're absolutely right. But anyway, like I said, and I love the environmental use of everything for the
yeah.
puzzles as well.
Oh,
everything,
yeah.
everything matched visually with regards to which
Everything matched.
scenario.
Everything was part of the vibe. It looked. The puzzles looked like they were made by squirrels in a tree.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? It looked like cushions made by a baboon toy.
And
Yes.
the woodwork warehouse with everything made out of wood and the hammers.
Ah,
And
yeah.
the
Later
tools
in the
that
game,
May forgot about.
yes. Later in the game, I don't know if you saw videos or whatever, but there'd be an entire level in the clockwork of a grandfather clock.
Oh no, we didn't get that.
Yeah,
See
and then
that.
the skills Dr. Hakim give you bend time.
Oh, cool.
Ooh.
It's so cool. The other one, you go into a snow globe, and I mentioned this before, you go into a cabin in the winter side.
Mhm.
I really do feel that a lot of effort went into the visuals. It is beautiful.
Yeah, no,
It's-
definitely.
I loved. I don't like watching games. I know you do, Joannette.
Yeah.
But I think this one I would have watched
Oh.
if it was a single player game. I think this one I would have caught myself sitting and watching because it is beautiful.
I can
Yeah.
I can literally see Nick now just typing in games like Take Two quickly. She'll watch me play these ones.
What I also just wanted to say about the visuals, just the picturesqueness of it, I guess. There's a level where you basically paraglide with your partner on underwear paraglide.
Yes,
Underwear.
by the seat of Cody's pants.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we died so many times doing that because I was looking at the pretty wilderness and the leaves and so on going past us. I forgot to steer.
Yeah, you didn't listen to me. I'm going left.
And
Left,
then
you
I'm going
bitch!
right.
Left.
Why are you swearing at me now? I'm sad. But yeah, it was just so pretty to look at.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Very
Got
true.
lost in it a lot of times.
And they're
So-
also relatable as well. The areas
Yes.
you go to are all relatable. A shed, a children's room,
It really
a
made
tree,
me.
fundamentally. They're all
It really
easily...
made me feel like
Yeah.
I'm on an
Yeah.
adventure.
Yeah,
in my
exactly
own
So
right.
backyard,
relatable.
like
The
when I
inside
was
of a
kid.
grandfather clock.
Yeah, exactly. We all have one of those, right?
Thinking now,
Yeah.
how do you not fall in love all over again with that scenery?
I know. It's so pretty.
I know.
Like, it
is so
just made
good.
me think, when I see pretty stuff, I want to share it with Nico, like sunsets and mountains
Yes.
and the ocean.
Yeah, you'd have thought that would have fixed their
like,
relationship straight
yes,
away.
just the visuals, like going through this beautiful, I don't know, scenery that would have made me fall in love all over again.
This is why we play games. This is why we
Yes.
want to share it with more people. A
That's
big
exactly
point
right.
of this podcast is trying to share our interest in video games, because it's much more than, I don't know, Pong 50,
Yeah,
60
it is.
years ago.
It's fundamentally an art form, right?
Yes, it's turned into an art form that encapsulates visual art, right? Audio, it's got music, even voice acting, stories as well.
Yeah, like even like you were saying, breathtaking vistas and stuff are predominant in
exactly.
Elden Ring and Final Fantasies
lot
and
of
stuff, and
games
they are breathtaking. They're fundamentally, and yeah, you do get those aspects, and this game has the same thing. Like the amount of times I did have to stop you in it, or just watch the scenery, or
Remind me that we're trying to play a game over here.
visually she liked all the little bits, like the you could take a photo. You know, there was a bit with the squirrels where you could pose and
Yeah,
jump on a
yeah.
camera.
that was funny.
Yeah,
That was so much fun. I
There-
loved it.
those are always fun little bits they added in there as and little scenery bits and sad bits when you find pictures or mementos of their daughter laying around, and fundamentally them realizing they haven't been great parents
Yes.
are good little visual keys
Or
that are left
they
around.
used to be better parents, rather.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
State it like that. There's a scene in the tree. We keep talking about this tree, and it is an early level, but a lot of the later levels are also great. There's a scene in this tree where you move through the trunks, and it's very dark. And then you can see that the squirrels scribbled with highlighters on
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Yeah,
I
the
remember.
things that happened in
Right.
in the house and
Yeah,
stuff.
it's like their story of their ancestry and everything like
Yes.
that, their war and stuff. That was very
It's so
cool.
good.
Yeah,
They're
it is.
just basic squirrels, but now they've got their own law.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. How they built a civilization and
What?
their war against the
The human.
is it the wasp or bees?
The wasps.
Wasps.
The one
Yeah.
bumblebee is the infantry.
Oh yeah,
the-
I remember the
it's the
bumblebee.
queen.
I like the bumblebee.
I can't remember some of the later levels. I think I've got them written down here somewhere. But even in the final level, Dr. Hakim gives you both jetpacks,
Oh
and
yeah.
then you fly around in heaven.
Whoa,
Whoa.
whoa! With
Yes.
that was some
That's,
exposition right
yeah.
there. Whoa, whoa.
Yeah, you
How
need
high
to
did it
gather. You need to gather members of an orchestra.
Of course you do.
Yeah,
That's
you need
it,
to
that-
find the strings
in heaven. So you
in heaven. That's right, and they're all headless.
Oh
It's so-
really?
it's
Okay,
it's
that's
so,
cool.
it's-
Yeah.
I don't know how to explain it. It's so creative, and the reason I bring it up in visuals is because it looks good. Everything looks good.
Oh.
Yeah,
we
no,
have
no.
to finish this game.
But there was one part where we felt sad again. I guess it's narrative and a bit of visual. You know, there's you're riding on a Hercules beetle or something like that.
That's right. Oh, are you talking about the Yoshi moment?
Yeah, does he die?
Yes.
That's-
Oh!
Again, this game is supposed to be nice. You're supposed to. Why is everyone dying? Why are we ripping things apart? I liked that beetle. He was cool.
He just wanted some nectar.
And May,
Yeah, right.
May
Just-
promised him the world.
Yeah, shame. That was such a sad bit again.
Again, May's a
But
bitch.
one thing they also do with visuals, they kind of get you to like certain animals or hate certain animals in regards to the squirrels.
Yep.
And the baboon. The baboon was an ass.
Moon
Oh, but
Baboon.
Yeah, I
was just
hate Moon
trying to
Baboon was
protect Rose.
That's true. He did have good intentions
He
though,
was
that's
trying to
true.
protect Rose.
That's true.
That is definite. That's very true. That's very true. Even
Clearly,
in
I'm
his
the
level,
more emotional one
Yeah.
in this relationship.
even in Moon Baboon's level, you'd be in outer space, and the
Yeah,
visuals
that was
Yeah.
would
I
not
loved those.
miss a beat.
Yeah, I loved those entire scenario, the puzzles, the visuals, everything about that was great. I
Yeah.
love that bit.
I also like the color palettes. You could definitely see by just
Yeah.
looking at the level, you knew exactly where you were. Even
yes.
even two characters, May and Cody, they'd each have their own color palette.
Yes, yeah, no, 100%.
Right, May would have the orange and blue, and Cody would have the green and red. You'd instantly know when something was for Cody or for
Yeah,
May.
for them to activate or to,
Yeah,
that's
that made
smart
it
to use.
easy.
Yeah. No, it was like I said, a lot of thought had been put into it, both visually pleasing and gameplay and user interface wise. It was very
100%.
it's very smartly done. Should we jump into anything else?
Yes,
Yeah.
let's do audio.
Okay. You're the audio man. Go on, flex your stuff.
Audio
with
man.
Your wife. Go on,
It's
audio man.
me. Now in cinemas. The first note I've got here is the soundtrack for this game. It's meant to be played during gameplay, right?
Yeah.
And none of you know this. It doesn't take center stage until the final level. Again,
With the orchestra, I take it.
yes, the orchestra and some other cool facts, but that you can hear from the very start. It only gets revealed in the final level.
Oh, okay.
I'm
That's
not going
cool.
to spoil it because
So it all
everyone
ties
needs to play
together.
this game.
Right. At the
It
end,
all
okay.
ties together in the
Alright.
final level. We're going to need to play this game.
Yeah, same here. We're looking at each other thinking the same thing.
There's just so much I caught. The music is such a big part in the level with the wasp war.
Yeah.
When you first start fighting the wasps, there
Yeah.
are variations of Flight of the Bumblebee.
Yes, I
The
heard
composition Flight of the Bumblebee.
Makes sense, yeah, makes sense entirely.
It does,
I
but
actually didn't
nobody
spot that.
hears it because
Yeah.
you're fighting wasps.
No, of course, you're concentrating on gameplay too much. That's really
Yes.
clever though. That's very clever. I like that. The idea they put that classic song, orchestral song,
Yeah.
into, of course, the scene where you're fighting wasps. Strangely
It's
enough.
also no, but remember,
Yeah.
the bumblebee was pretending. to
Yeah,
be
I
the queen.
liked the bumblebee. I didn't.
hmm
But no,
I think
I like that.
it's yeah. That's the music.
and the music, like I said, again, like we said, visually, the music matched every scenario. Like the space place was very NASA Houston controlled, noises and sparkles and echoes that you're up in the atmosphere. Where the excuse me, the tree and stuff was far more grounded. Even the sound effects and the atmosphere, you were outside, you could
Very
hear
much.
the
There would
birds
be
and stuff
crunching noises,
Yeah.
wood tapping,
Leaves blowing in the wind.
all of that.
No, like I said, audio-wise, they match the scenarios spot on. Even
And
go on.
They thought of everything.
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah.
No, it's the sound effects with the water when you're trying to dodge things on the boats or the multiple flotation devices that you use
So
in this
good.
game.
Yeah, when you're getting away from the wasps.
Yeah, exactly.
I do like that. Like you said, it matched everything. It's almost as if someone actually went through the game after it was basically finished and just to check that everything fits and is where it's supposed to be.
Yeah, they
Definitely.
do.
The QA team
exactly
did their job.
Mm-hmm. No, that's exactly right.
Go on. I would like to raise this. In the final level, Cody's hobby that he reconnects with is gardening.
Okay.
But in the final level, May's hobby that she reconnects with is singing.
No way.
Huh.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I don't see that coming fundamentally, but
I
yeah.
think I heard.
But she's super, super, super shy about singing.
Okay.
So
Was
the
she any good?
entire level is almost just Cody and Dr. Hakim trying to tell her,
Encouraging her.
trying to encourage her, exactly. That
Okay,
you're
that's
good.
cool.
You're good at singing. Use your voice more often. And May kind of gets over her. She's very self-aware, but she gets over her fear of singing.
She comes out her shell.
Exactly.
Does she actually sing a song then in the game? Out of curiosity.
Yes.
Oh, that's cool. Is it a nice song?
Yes, you've already heard it. All of us.
Oh, okay. Okay. Sorry, Trudy.
I'm just thinking, how long did it take them to make this game? Like with all
Oh,
the
yeah.
visuals and audio and
Yeah.
like.
No, it is very complex. Very. I think we wrote down. Strange enough, it's only got 62 people, 65 people.
5 people.
Hazelight
working on
Studios.
that.
Yeah, only 65 people worked on this game, which is actually
wow.
fundamentally a really small amount of people.
Yeah,
you think that-
definitely.
That's a small studio.
It's a tiny studio. It's like you need at least half of that just to do the visuals because of all the integration and stuff between it. So that's crazy. It isn't. But like you said, they did a very good job. If you think how little amount of people are involved, they obviously love what they're doing.
True. May singing would be an excellent segue into gameplay, but I just want to say something about voice acting.
go on.
Oh, the voice acting. Why? Please tell me this. Why do all three of you not like Dr. Hakim?
Because of his voice.
Hell yeah.
Freaking irritating.
No, it's good.
No, it's irritating.
It's super well done.
It's well done.
It is very well done.
I can see where he's going because he's almost intentionally being annoying.
Yes.
Yeah, the character is very annoying.
It's so that they both kind of come together and get annoyed by him. So
Exactly.
Yeah,
They
it's like
can
getting annoyed at
be
a
annoyed
common
with him
enemy.
together.
Exactly right. And I'm guessing that's the point of him being annoying. And let's just say he does it very well. That you and I were both annoyed with him, so we were together in our thought patterns.
Yeah.
We both
Yeah.
sighed very loudly when Dr. Hakim
Yeah,
came on.
Yuna hated him. Like,
Oh, no.
She was like, "Oh God, not this again."
no.
I liked him. I liked him in the beginning
Yes.
because
yeah, I remember you guys telling me, no.
He was cool, yeah.
Yeah,
And I'm
I
like,
was
no,
literally
I hate
thinking,
this guy.
this
No,
dude
all
is
three-
trying to help them
Yes,
save
that's right.
their marriage, and it's a good thing.
Yeah.
And then I think it's after the third or fourth time he started coming on, it's like, oh my word, just stop.
No. You three, you're all a bunch of nerds.
But the voice actor really did very
No, it's
well.
true. The voice
That's the
acting was
point.
good.
It's
That's
done
true.
well. It's
It was.
well done. I like
It
it a
was.
lot. But if I can use my trump card, my segue, May's singing is actually, get this, it's a gameplay mechanic.
Is it?
Huh.
How so? Is it one of those beat games or something?
No. It's a how do you say that? It's a skill. If
Oh,
you
okay.
press the button, she shouts or she sings, And it would either blow open a door, break a window, whatever, or soothe a monster or something.
Oh,
Okay, yeah,
okay,
I can see
I
that.
like that.
Yeah,
I
and
can
then
get
she
on
would
board.
need to sing or shout or whatever, and then Cody would do the Cody things.
Yeah. That's right. Well, anyway, like,
That's cooperation. That they each do their own thing to move forward. And
That's exactly
Maze
right.
in the last level is singing, which is audio and gameplay, and it's good.
that's true. It's true. But that's one
I
thing.
just-
Go on.
I just want to find out, you guys did play, like, Dave, you as Cody, and Yonette, you as May.
Yes,
Because
yes, that's
sometimes
true.
we'll
Yes,
switch
we
it
had to.
around.
No, I told David I can't play a boy. I'm very old school like that. I want to be the girl.
I'm not trying to be funny as well. We were playing the game, and I'm Cody. Unit's May. May seems to have the harder tasks in the puzzles to perform.
Really?
Did you find that? Well, like I
Maybe
say,
it's because I'm new to
one of
controls.
the great things about this game is, like you said, the different scenarios you both get complementary powers, right?
Yes.
Cody gets one and May gets the other, and you have to use those powers in combination to solve the puzzles, beat the bad guys, and all that. And there's one where Cody gets nails and May gets a hammer, right?
Hammer.
Yes, I remember that.
And so my job was just shoot nails at things, whilst Unit had to do the
Jumping.
The platform.
timed platforming. And I was like, well, of course, she's virtually never used a console controller or anything like that, so it's all brand new. And it's relatively hard to jump, dash, and press R2 to hook the nail. You know, it's a weird thing, and from my perspective, I was like,
I got so frustrated.
I don't have to do much. I just have to throw things and just stand around.
I wanted to give the remote to Nicole a few times, and he's like, no,
Nah.
you could do it on your own. I'm like,
You're
just
a
take it!
girl.
That's exactly what we did.
Really?
I would not let Unit give me the control. She had to learn it herself.
Did you eventually give the control to Nicole?
No, I
because
No,
you know
because
you
she
wanted
is
to
in
kill
fact
him.
a big girl.
Okay, you have a lot more patience than I do.
No.
There was a point that I just looked at David and I told him, you do this part,
that's...
because if you don't, it's going to die.
You know that later on in the game there's a platforming bit where the blocks start to rotate once you jump on them? It's like building blocks, like 1, 2, 3, 4, and you've got to go across this big gap. And you
Okay,
have to
we
jump
didn't get
on them
there.
Very relatively hard platforming segment.
Mm-hmm.
And with somebody who isn't used to jumping, double jumping, or double jumping and dashing, it's
That
very...
got me.
Yeah, it's hard to do. It is quite difficult to do, and Unit got too frustrated at that bit.
I was so frustrated. I was ready to throw the
Because
controller
she
against
also,
the wall.
as you can imagine, she always gets really angry when I do it the first go.
Of course.
Yes,
I'll
that's
go. I'll
just
just go
rubbing
across.
it in my face.
I'll just go across and wait for you, and I just go dup, 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 and then
Cross
and then
square.
Yeah.
Cross square.
Yeah, and I'll just put down like the controller and be like, "Do you want a coffee?"
Oh.
And she's like,
I'll go make a sandwich.
"Yeah, exactly." I'll come back later doing like the washing and everything.
That
Are you
just
done
tip-
yet?
That just tipped the boat for me. I was ready to throw that remote against the wall. I was done. I was very frustrated. But the thing is, I'm also very hard on myself.
Yeah, you do. You get far
Yes.
too angry. with yourself.
And it was just brought it home for me. I was
Like,
because he does it the first time. I
Yeah,
want to
but-
do it at least the third or second, third, fourth time. And if I don't get it on the fourth time, I am ready to, I don't know.
some of these were complex.
Strangle
Though. They were
something.
complex.
Yeah, no, agreed. Some of them were complex. That's right. The platforming is not easy.
No, it's like that bit you must have done with the Cody had to shoot nails at the platforms that came out the wall,
Yes.
and then May had to platform jump between them, but sometimes do some wall jumps, and then
Yes,
you had
yes.
to deactivate. That was a hard bit.
Not easy.
Hilarious. It was hilarious when you pulled the.
Oh,
You know, when you realised how funny it would be when she goes for a jump and you just pull out the platform because that's funny.
There are a ton of those parts.
Yeah.
Where you need to hold open the door, otherwise it would crush her.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
But it would be very funny.
It's so tempting all the time. It was so tempting.
Yep.
Nick, did you do that?
100%.
Did you kill
yes.
your wife?
Yes, I
of
did.
course. Okay.
Yes.
So it
I
is
told
a
her.
little
I,
boy
to- I
thing
told
to
her
do.
go stand in the corner. I want to show you something real funny. And then I threw her with one of the nails.
Oh, that was funny.
You're so mean. Wow, I'm so happy you were that mean.
No, I didn't even know
Welcome
you
to
could do
my
that.
life.
I didn't know you could do that. I didn't even think of that.
It's a good thing. You would have
It's-
slept on the
yeah.
couch that night.
Yeah, it's fine. Anyway, gameplay in this is where it thrives. It does very well.
Yes,
Definitely.
That was a lot of fun.
It's like I
when
loved
wasn't frustrated.
Moon Baboon's world where Cody got bigger and May got smaller. No.
Yes.
May got she could
Sticky
walk
shoes.
levitation
Yeah,
boots or something, right?
Not levitation boots. You can water upside down.
Yeah, those are really clever. I
was
love
fun.
those clever little puzzle bits, and
They
Half the
keep
time I
doing
didn't
that
know where
Yeah.
I was, which way was up.
because it's the space level. That's the point.
yeah,
Yeah, I
is
know,
funny.
but
That
it
is-
was
there
it
is
was
no
a
up.
lot of fun. Not knowing which way is up, then I just need to look for Cody. It's like, oh, okay, so I'm upside down.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's right.
Oh, did you realize as May? Oh, I'm the wrong one.
No, I didn't say wrong.
She was the wrong
I
one.
did
No,
not
no,
say
no.
wrong. I said I'm the one that's upside down here. So that's why. I never said I was wrong.
But did you like the mini games that were thrown without those
Oh, yes,
competitive?
with the tambourine flashes, and then
Yeah.
you get to go head to head in a tiny little game.
I
Yeah,
also enjoyed that.
Yeah, that's fun. There are a ton of them.
I love the one where I could hit him, where I had to pop out of the box.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Cody, that was the
Me,
best.
not so much.
isn't that the hardest one? Because sometimes he goes leg first, and so she could hammer his nuts. I was like, Cody, what's wrong with you?
But that's
He
where I
likes
got
it,
the most
obviously.
satisfaction.
That's right. He's a masochist.
Granted, again,
Please, May can hammer my nuts. I wouldn't mind.
Well, you're a very strange individual, Nick. But okay, we'll touch on that later. But did you? Okay, here's a thing for Nick. Did you ever let Trudy win in those
Yes.
cooperative games?
what? You didn't know? I told Dave he has to let me win. I want at least one win.
No,
there.
if I win, I want to win fair and square because I won, not because he made me win.
I let it
That's
happen once. And then all the other times I thought, okay, there's your freebie.
Yeah.
Now it's on.
No, it's to show you where I shine. It's game move.
This is my domain.
I'll rather lose than winning because you made me win.
Gotcha. Oh, it was just once.
Sorry.
All the
I
other
got-
times,
Oh,
all
you're
the
gonna
other
have to
times
start the
I
game
won.
over again.
No, it's
Well,
one of
at
those,
least I lost fair and square.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of those. Again, those aspects. If you're not used to the controller or playing games, even those mini games can be relatively complicated or difficult
Yes.
to do. But there's one where I think Cody had to shoot little discs with his nails, and May had to hammer the same discs, and whichever color changed, it counted mine. I'd shoot them, it would change to blue, and she'd hammer them, they'd change to yellow or something like that. And I
Where
was
they
just
ran
there,
on that little, like,
discs on the ground that would change
yes,
colour.
that was
right?
fun.
That was hilarious. But yeah, again, Unit's never played console games. So she's going up there and she's running and she's pressing R2, I think it was, to hammer. And she keeps just missing the disc. And then I'm, of course, finding this slightly hilarious because...
The moment she changes it,
Yeah, exactly. And that's exactly
You
what I
just
was
change
doing.
it back.
I'd already owned the entire board. So she had one. And as soon as she hit it, I just throw a nail in it.
oh, that's hilarious.
That's true.
That's
So there were
me.
aspects. There were
fine.
aspects
It's
of this
fun.
game that are not good for relationships.
No,
we did not
because
come
he
out of that
was-
sitting with talking and feeling more together.
He was throwing nails and giggling
It was funny.
There we go.
So
That's
much.
the
It
problem.
was funny.
I was getting frustrated and literally on the verge of crying just so I could get
Come
my
on.
way.
Come
no,
on.
No,
I
will
wasn't
admit,
making you cry.
I was about to cry just to get my way.
Okay.
But
Womanly wiles there.
but no, I mean just the idea of David sitting there giggling while I'm just trying to get one score
Yeah, that
on
was
the board.
funny. That was funny.
Oh.
But that said, and I'm sure you had it as well. Gameplay moments when you're playing with your loved one or your wife, whatever, and then you do these scenes where I think there was a bit where we were being attacked by bees and we were on a boat, and I had to steer, and you and it had to shoot like the clusters so they'd explode and stuff like that.
It's such good cooperation.
And then when we completed that, we were like, yeah, teamwork.
Yes. High five, chest bump.
Yeah, exactly. And I'd say it was that brings you together. That was like
Definitely.
yes. And it's
Part
go on.
where you were in this little arena where you had to defeat the wasp or the bee or whatever.
Oh yeah, and you had to rail grind behind the queen bee.
Yeah,
That was-
she
yeah,
like
that's
jump
right.
when she
that was
makes
fun.
that buzz.
Oh, and there are scissors made by bees.
That's right.
Yes.
That was it. That was
That
inventive.
was
Yeah.
insane.
Yeah, that was
It really
hard.
was.
That was difficult.
Yeah, and if you win that,
Yeah, you felt like
you feel.
Yeah, you really did.
Yeah.
It had those Elden Ring moments when you've taken down the big boss.
And-
Because
This game is full of moments like that up until the
Yeah.
very end. It's full of that. There's a mini game. It's just a mini game. It's not a set piece. At the end of the game, where you just play a full game of chess against each other.
wow,
Oh.
Yes, it's a legitimate full game of chess. It's,
I can't play chess, but I will try.
I'd have to read up.
Yes.
Another fun one was fighting like Street Fighter
yeah,
on top of the plane.
yeah, I like
Yes.
that too. That was that,
I kicked ass.
I was so jealous because I was flying the plane whilst you and Etz got the Street Fighter squirrel fight.
It
I'm
even
like,
had
come
the
on.
KO.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
You,
I remember. God, that was funny.
yeah, you and Etz like, what do I do? What do I do? I said, just push the buttons.
I was smashing buttons.
And it's
And I
frantic because you're flying on a plane,
yeah, right.
still being
That-
bombed. It's
No.
so frantic. It's such a good set piece.
That was such a brilliant
was-
piece when you're on the plane and then those health bars just come up. The old fighting game health bars of
Yeah.
you and the squirrel. That bit.
But,
there are
I mean,
lots of those bits that are amazing.
Even as I said later in this game, you get these tools from Dr. Hakim and all these different set pieces at the ice level I talked about. You get two different ends of a magnet.
Magnet,
right?
that's right.
The one's negative, one's positive, and I know that's not entirely how it works, but May can attract certain stuff, and May can not deflect,
Repulse.
repulse certain
Repel.
stuff, and then for other items it's reversed.
Mady, who's Mady?
May.
No, you said May, and then you said Mady.
Okay.
You meant Cody.
May. Mady and Co.
It's a couple name.
No, if that isn't a marriage right there, instantly jumping on a mistake.
But
Like, Nick, what are you doing? Aren't you supposed to be a professional?
I didn't jump on it because he's not my husband.
That's right. Go on.
Ah.
You were
But I was
saying,
talking
sorry.
about- there's
Yeah.
one point in this game that stands out. Besides Cody turning into plants, May getting a scythe, it's the part where the entire game turns into a top-down RPG, Diablo.
Oh, really? Yeah, no, I read about this. I didn't actually get there. Yeah, go on.
May is she's a huge flame knight
Yeah.
with a great sword.
Yeah, I think I saw pictures.
Yeah, we saw trailers of that.
Cody turns into a wizard with all of these different spells.
Oh.
That's cool.
And then the two of you need to, with your skills, move through a dungeon fighting skeletons and
oh, wow.
goblins.
It's a proper old school.
They're incorporating
Wow.
so
It
many
is-
other games.
Yeah, like
and,
old school game mechanics and stuff.
The
Oh,
gameplay,
I'm
it's-
excited now. When I take
it's
leave, we
really
have to
good.
play.
Yes, we have to now finish the game. We've now come to the conclusion that we have to finish.
It's required.
Guess
Yeah,
what
no,
you Ned and David's doing tonight?
yeah, it's like,
This entire weekend.
yeah, we've got all this free time. I
Sorry,
just do that.
we can't
just-
see
Don't
you
you
on
have a
Sunday.
birthday
We're
to go
playing
to?
games.
That's true. We do have a birthday to go to now. But yeah, it's yes. We I don't know you and we got so much time to play this game now, right?
Yeah, it's
So
because we
much.
don't have kids.
Okay, wrap it in.
I
wrap
said,
it
oh,
in.
this-
We get
Oh,
at
this
least 6
time.
hours a night.
Oh, we might as well platinum it.
What are you
With all
doing
the
tonight?
time.
Can you babysit?
yeah, right, yeah, exactly.
Okay, we'll babysit tonight, and then you guys can play, and
But-
then Sunday we play.
The gameplay mechanic, anyway, as we say, is so inventive and so clever. It
Very.
was fundamentally the best part for me because
Yes.
there's not one moment you're like, whoa, we're doing this now. We're doing Street Fighter. The next moment you're doing dodge cars, and the next moment you're flying through the air in this mystical, like, floaty anti-gravity tree bit with like special like jellyfish to jump on. It is the gameplay is so different each time you go somewhere. So you're literally playing a different part, like a different game each time you do it, which is so
Yeah.
clever.
Now that you mentioned the jellyfish, how many times did I die?
Yeah, you died a lot. I'm not trying to do this, but you don't.
I got halfway through, and then there was just this one part. Every time I jumped, I got a bit further. But then there was this one point where I couldn't get any further than halfway.
Yeah, she got.
And I was like, you just need to take this.
She experienced.
Please just take this.
The rage quitting that every gamer and stuff.
Oh yes, that familiar.
Yeah, she learned this very quickly, very early on.
No, you knew about this.
I know about this.
We played together, and
say.
That didn't work out very well.
But with this game juggling all these different gameplay mechanics. That's just a feather in the hat of how good this game's performance is.
Yes, 100%. It's like I said, it's remarkable. It deserves to. It won the Game of the Year, right? It
did. It won Game of the Year 2021.
Yeah,
well deserved. I mean, it won this above. I think it was Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart and Resident Evil 8 Village.
Oh yeah, okay, yes, yeah.
This game won both of those.
Yeah, I'd agree. This game is better than those two games as well. There's just something about it. This game's very charming. I'm not sure if it's going to make relationships be better. Like, I know, granted, I've never come to the end, so maybe that's the point. Maybe afterwards, I'm sure love is in the air and everything, all cooperation is at max. But this game is a lot of fun to play with your loved one and stuff.
It is,
and
very much.
I can understand the premise, but there are times when we were playing this game where you and it was like, don't talk to me.
Whoa.
Mostly because he wouldn't let
Shut
me
your
win.
face, bitch tits.
Except for that time I accidentally, launched her into space on a seesaw.
Oh yeah!
Right?
Yes, I know exactly what you're talking about.
And
I got my own back. I got to launch him into space.
Yeah,
too.
but they were, no. Yeah, it's true. It launched. Is it me?
We
into
launched
space?
you into space
and then,
first.
And then I told her, you can't be sad. We got an achievement.
It's
It
true.
unlocked. There was an achievement unlocked.
Out of
I was
this
like,
world,
see,
I think it is cool.
See, I had to do that to you. I'm not bad. Look, we got a trophy, so we're cool.
I do think I couldn't find any issues or any bugs, and I didn't have an issue with the loading screens either.
No, this ran pretty much perfectly from our side too.
Right.
Yeah.
No, it was built very well with all the different gameplay mechanics it needs to juggle.
Yeah.
Okay, granted, not at once.
Yeah, correct, but it's
things
complex.
happening. Made by a team of, you said 65 people?
Yeah, only 65 people.
Yeah,
it is
a lot of
crazy
them-
to think of.
They might have outsourced QA.
Yeah, of
Whoever
course,
did
of
do
course,
QA did a very good job.
Yeah, I agree entirely. It is
Definitely.
It is an excellent game. It
Kudos.
deserved to win. It is what it is. It's a lot of fun and it's charming. It's one of those things you don't get in mainstream games nowadays.
True.
Where
The charm is missing
the charm
from most.
part. Yeah, exactly right. And they hit
This
the
game's
nail on the
oozing
head.
with
on this
charm. I
one.
love it. I love it.
What do you think value for money wise then?
I've got a very interesting point, but I don't know if you two know about this point. So I'm going to say I think $40, $30 is a good amount for this game.
Ooh, why? That's a lot of money.
It is a lot of money.
It's the alternate endings.
We're battling with this one with the same. I think Trudy mentioned it earlier, and you and Ed. Is can you play this more than once? Apart from the fun gameplay mechanics and stuff like that, is this like a lot of movies and a lot of games themselves? There are some games that are so great and are fun to play, but once you played them once, you kind of know the outcome. It kind of destroys the majesty and the discovery of finding out what's next. So it makes it hard for me to play full price for something which you play
You're
once
only
all the
gonna
way
play
through,
once,
and
yeah.
then you're done. Unless there's something I'm missing, which sounds like might be the point. Is that right, Nick?
I'd say a couple of things. But yes, with $40, $60 is too much, but 40 or 30, that's a good amount. This game,
go on.
we just talked about this, is filled to the brim with just loads of different mechanics.
Really.
You said you said earlier you were so jealous that May was the one that could fight Street Fighter style on the roof of a plane.
That's right.
That's almost the entire game. Once you finish this game, you could just swap controllers.
Yeah, you could swap roles. Yeah, no doubt.
Swap roles, and then you'd have all the mechanics that she had.
I'd have to be the moaning May though, and that would annoy me.
Yes,
But then I can be Cody
you'd
and pull out
switch.
platforms under you.
Exactly.
You'd switch from Moaning May to Clueless Cody or whatever.
yeah, exactly.
And it'd be the same story beats, the same levels, but
From a different eye.
from a different eye with different mechanics, right? You'd be the one jumping, she'd be the one throwing nails. It's not just that, but all those mini games, I think there's about 30 of them throughout the
Yeah,
entire
there is quite
game.
a lot. Yeah, no, I believe there is.
Those are endlessly playable.
Yeah,
You can just keep on playing the same mini games because they're all fun, and there's so much of them.
Yeah, well, I would argue they're fun for a bit, but I would to some degree I'd get bored after a while.
Yeah, but
Mainly
that's
because maybe it's because I haven't got any good competition to take me on. Maybe that's why I was bored, because it was just so easy.
Can you just take this knife out of my back?
What do young gamers say? Get good.
That's what,
You just got to get good.
He
That's why a lot
called
of
me a
people-
noob.
Yeah, that's right.
I've got an
I know.
idea.
Yeah.
I've got an idea. And Nick and Dave is going to play this game together.
Yes, and then Trudy and I can sip coffee and laugh at you.
Yes.
You fundamentally do that anyway. It doesn't
Yeah.
matter what we're
You'll
doing.
be
Yeah,
sitting in
but-
awe because of how good we are.
Oh yeah, we
Yeah.
complete it within like an hour, the entire thing.
Yeah.
But Dave is playing May.
Oh no!
Yay!
I'll play
You
May.
can do the Street Fighter thing.
Oh, that's true. I do like the Street Fighter thing.
What I wanted to say was, not only does it have all these minigames, which is the entire point of Mario Party, by the way.
Yeah,
Yes, it's
I'm
true.
also not a fan of those.
all that-
Mario Party, I do like. WarioWare, I think is kind of
Right?
pointless. Yeah, but anyway, go on.
And you can switch roles to play the game again, but also, the biggest point I've got for the value for money, why I think $40 or $30 is a good amount for this game, is because the studio, Hazelight Studios, has put available a friend pass. A friend pass for absolutely free on the store. If you download the friend pass for nothing,
Yeah.
you can play the game if someone that owns the game invites you.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
that's-
Meaning
Cool.
you can play this game with anyone as long as one of you has a copy.
Oh well, that's
That's really cool.
okay. I didn't know that. That's actually very
Yes.
clever, because normally greed and corporations, you have
Right.
to own 2 copies of the game. and
Exactly.
PlayStation Network and all this.
Exactly. It's
Oh,
not
that's
the
cool. I
case
didn't
with
know
this
that.
game.
I did not know that, and that is kind of cool. I do like that. So you can
Yeah.
share it with whoever you like.
Exactly. You just if you own this game, you can just tell them, "Oh, I've got this cool co-op game that's fun and varied. Just download the friend pass for free, and then we can jam."
Yeah, but
And you can do that at separate locations, like play against each other or with each other at separate locations.
yeah, exactly, across the world. And
Oh,
all that.
that's
Yes.
so cool.
That is
Yeah,
funky. I
online.
did not know that. That is very cool. And I think that's pretty much the only game that does that, right? I've never heard of other games doing that.
Their
wrong?
previous game did it as well. A Way Out.
Way Out, yeah. That's actually,
Yeah.
I was looking at that. I probably have to grab that as well.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun. It's a lot more grounded and realistic. Not
Yeah, I saw it.
much more. It's still got action goofiness,
Oh,
but
okay.
it's also quite fun.
So yeah, like I say, I didn't know about gameplay. I still can't get past how you can only play this. This would collect dust on your shelf, and that's what I couldn't give it higher marks. Even if it is fun and it is charming, I think it is one of those games that would sit on your shelf or in your
I can
digital
see
library.
that. Although I am gonna disagree.
That's fine. That's fine.
But I think if you get to a point where, I don't know, maybe if you do actually have like issues that you need to sort out in a relationship or something,
I'd be intrigued.
you can do like whoever wins the game wins this, or
Whoever
I'd be
wins the game gets the kids.
Yeah.
I'll let you in.
That's it. I'd be intrigued if there's any research data to see if this actually did bring people closer together
Yeah.
completing this game. It'd be interesting. I'm
They
guessing that was the
did
premise.
get a marriage counselor or a couple marriage counselors involved in writing the story for this.
Yeah, yes, I can imagine. It'd have to be, right?
Yeah.
It'd have to be. No, it's a good game, and it makes you ponder. It makes you hate a floating magical book. So that's always a plus.
Why
in my book.
all the hate for Dr. Hakim? By the way, what the
First
Dr.
time I meet
Hakim?
magical book, I'm gonna throw it in the trash.
Exactly. But anyway, sorry, Nick. You're
It's the
on
character
your own
of the
there.
magical book, not the actor.
But yeah, let's put it as a plus that the voice acting's so good we hated him. So that was
Yes,
it.
yes. Okay, I'm good. I'm down with that. Let's
It's
do
a
that.
good thing, yeah.
Hate the character, not the actor.
Yeah, exactly.
So that was. It Takes Two from Hazelight Studios from 2021. I enjoyed it a ton.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
That was a lot of fun. Yeah.
I also loved playing it.
Right?
Yeah.
I think anybody who's interested in this game and has someone that they can play it with all the way through, go for it.
Yeah, definitely.
You're not going to be disappointed.
And don't be worried. Like, play with it with your kids and stuff as well. It's not like the relationship stuff is all lovey-dovey. It's super serious. You can play this with siblings and not feel like, why is my character falling in love with your character? It's not. There's not awkwardness like when you play it. You can play it with anyone fundamentally.
Yes, you can. Although the game does end with the two.
Of course,
dolls
that would be weird.
But I
Ew,
mean,
kissing. Oh.
Ew, cooties.
It's gross.
Yes. Wood on clay action. Get some.
Oh no!
I can hear the knocking.
But that's it. You're right. Now play this game with everyone.
Yeah,
it does. Play this game with your friends. Maybe even your mum. Don't finish this game with your mum.
That's a bit weird. But yeah, play it with whoever you wish. It's not one of those ones that is just play it with your other half or anything like that. You can play it with your kids and other people.
So we gave It Takes Two a load of scores. Dave and I and our wives did as well. We had these scores go on a marriage counseling adventure through different parts of the house. So nice. They did eventually end up back together for a letter grade rating of B.
Yay.
Which is good. That's a good game.
It is. It's also our first B.
Solid.
No.
Yeah.
It is. We got B minuses.
B minus and B
pluses. This is our first B.
Wow, nice.
Yeah,
solid B.
It's a
This is
to have our wives in and our first B, and it matches the bees that you have to kill or befriend later on. Oh, it's just good in every way.
It's all coming together.
Yeah, exactly. It's all weaving together.
This is a good game. B is a good game. This is not like modern ratings where anything below an A minus is piece of pee pee poo poo. This is a good game. C is an C minus. I'd say is an average game. B,
I agree.
Good game.
I agree. And this is possibly if we didn't dislike Hakim so much, and the value for money, this could quite easily gone into an A.
I think so too. It's your fault.
That's fine. It is one of those games. It deserved to be Game of the Year. It deserves to be played by everyone because it is all there. It's got substance. It's got
very much
playability.
Very much. Yeah, that was It Takes Two. First of all, thank you to our wives for not only joining in on this episode, but joining us for the game. It Takes Two. It was very nice. Yeah, I enjoyed it a lot.
It was a lot of fun
being here.
I'm just glad to be able to show people I am actually married, that my wife is real.
Yes.
Finally, people can stop telling me, can you show me pictures? I don't have any pictures! She's not real then.
Are you going to pay me after this?
Shh! The check's in the mail, damn it.
That's what the last client said.
Thanks for listening to this episode of the Critical Arcade Podcast. If you'd be so kind, you could leave us a review where on any platform that you listen to your podcast. You can follow us on Facebook, on Instagram. All of those are doing well. Instagram's doing well.
YouTube as
well.
YouTube.
Join us on YouTube as well. It's there too. You can email me at nick@criticalarcade.com.
And I'm Dave at criticalarcade.com.
Yes, here we go, Dave. But besides for your email, where else can we follow you?
Well, you can try following me. I am out and about, but just a weird fact. I'm actually good friends with Santa Claus, and I know everyone's favourite toy, every single person's favourite toy. Santa told me, and so if you try to follow me, I will, like this game, slowly pull that toy apart in front of you. I will make sure from its ears, and it will cry in front of you.
No, my favourite toy is an elephant.
Is it really? Is it what?
No, don't do this.
I will do that. Or you can just email me. So that's your choice. Me and Santa, we're like that. We're bros.
Lesson learned.
I know exactly.
Email Dave.
Email Dave.
Don't make Rose cry.
Exactly.
You can.
I like these parts of the episode.
Yeah. I'm a lot darker than you thought, right?
You could rather support us on Patreon for exclusive content, where we make a show called Critical Cinema, right? Where we review films or movies, not just games, but in the exact same formula we do for Critical Arcade. This week, we're actually reviewing Chris Nolan's Tenet.
Yeah. We're trying to, I might add.
We're trying to.
One of the most confusing movies I've ever watched.
I'm going to sit down with a notepad and
You're going to
write down everything.
You're going to need it.
Timelines to the color of Leonardo DiCaprio's shoes.
Leonardo DiCaprio's shoes?
Whoever, I don't know.
He could be in there somewhere, I'll give you.
He could,
so
it's
confusing.
Christopher Nolan, anything can happen.
Exactly.
Secret cameo.
But yeah, you can follow us on Patreon for that and bonus episodes that we record straight after the show called the post show.
Yes, exactly. That's a lot of time where we give you our thoughts, news, and we just ramble on about all things gaming. It's a lot of fun.
Yes. But Dave, how about you tell us, what have we got lined up for next week?
Well, next week's game is, I think we're back on the indie scene, which is
That's
always
right.
exciting.
Indie 500, baby.
Is a, what they call it, a Castlevania-esque type game.
Metroidvania.
Is it
right?
Metroidvania? Oh, sorry, yeah, I always get that wrong, strange enough. It's Bloodstained Ritual of the Night.
Yeah.
Which is basically it's a love letter to the Metroidvania type games.
It's the spiritual successor to the Castlevania games because Konami is being a little kid not getting his toys, right? They're holding the Castlevania IP hostage.
Yeah, and this was a Kickstarter as well, right? Because
yes, it's a very successful Kickstarter.
Yeah, this is somebody who loved those types of games, dislikes Konami, and decided to try and make one themselves, and succeeded. So it is very cool. It's very exciting.
Correct. But that's for next week. Tune in then if you want to listen to some more Critical Arcade without our wives.
Oh.
Well, they might pop back eventually. We'll
Yes.
find some more co-ops. Hopefully
For
they
sure.
don't. Yeah, they stay with us. Well, you're lucky. I just realised you've got kids. I've still got to keep you entertained and stuff before she finds something better.
Right.
You're
Judy's
literally
locked
tight.
in.
Yeah, you're locked in. You can't go.
Oh man.
I'm about to say. Damn it! I
Thank
just
you.
realised that I've got to up my game.
Thank you, Unette and Trudy, for joining us for this week's episode.
Yes, thanks.
Thank you.
Yeah.
We love being here. Thank you for
It was a
having
lot
us.
of fun. Thanks, guys.
And as for the audience, thanks. We'll see you next week. Cheers.
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 Bye.